Good evening, everyone. It's a little after 5. I just checked my clock on my phone. So it's been an interesting couple of days. I am down on the Connecticut River at the moment. My day changed like 4 times today. How did yours go? um, I'll turn it around so you can have the view that I have. And I'm going to have this piece of cake right here that a friend of mine made the other day for me. How cool is that? I ate the other half the other evening, and oh man, was it ever good. It's some kind of lemon cheesecake something or other. It was and it will be very good when I have the other piece. Hey, Kirsten. So, yeah, my day changed quite a bit today. Started out with one idea and ended up having a few others that turned around, and it's going to change again. So I'm getting on Facebook earlier, I should say. Sometimes I'm on at 8 or 9 at night, and today I am on now. I just got a phone call from my grandson. He is on the way up from my sister's house. We all went swimming this morning and cooled off and had lots of fun with the little grandchildren and my sister and her husband and my mom and my daughter-in-law. It was just a very, very nice day. Then we had lunch, and then I needed to, I thought, come up to Southington for a showing on one of the apartments. So I have a single room available in an apartment share, and then I have a 2-bedroom available. And the person who was supposed to be meeting me at 3 o'clock at 1:30, I texted her as I was leaving my sister, and I'm like, I haven't heard from you this morning about, confirming the time and yada yada. And she texted me back that she's decided to stay living where she is and she doesn't need it. I'm like, great, would have been nice to know that like 2 hours ago, because I left my sister's kind of in a hurry because of it. Anyways, yes, Hunter and Stacy's kids are the ones I was spending time with this morning. So, I'm not on a lake, Steve. I'm on the Connecticut River, buddy, near Portland, near Middletown. But it does look like a lake. I know a lot of times people think it just looks like a lake. And right now we're about slack tide. And for those of you that are not familiar with the Connecticut rivers, it's a tidal river, which means the water flows north, or I should say up the river, and it flows down the river, depending on what time of day it is. So, and it does it twice a day. So, as you can see, we've got 3 sailboats out there kind of just hanging. Usually if it's whatever direction it is, you will see that the sailboat is going to be turned. So right now we're just about slack tide. It's still coming in. It's been low tide for the last 6-7 hours, and now the water is flowing north, as it were. So you could actually sit in a dinghy or on a paddleboard or on anything that floats and float upriver. A lot of people didn't know that that was a thing. It is a thing. It's definitely a thing. So, anyways, my grandson called a few minutes ago. I asked him where he was. He says, I'm in Old Lyme. Like, we don't even know how he knew that because he can't read. I think the kid's got some intuitive abilities there. He knew he was in Old Lyme. They were just going over the bridge on the Connecticut River, of all places. So, anyways, he's coming up here shortly, and then he's going to be sleeping over my house. So, it is very peaceful here. Thank you. Yes, and that's why I'm here a lot. I need that. I had a very disturbing interaction with someone last Thursday. It carried over until Sunday when some other people from the organization made phone calls, and Anyway, ugliness does prevail at times, but then it needs to be stopped. So the letter went out on Monday morning, and it was received. So we'll see what happens with that. They have 30 days to respond to a person being very disrespectful, rude, and inappropriate to me and my grandson, my granddaughter, and my daughter and my mom. So it is what it is, and there's not much I can do until they decide to take some action. And we'll see what that comes down to. But anyways, that was Thursday. Over the weekend, we had a lovely little celebration for my granddaughter who turned 5. She's Crystal's daughter. And it was a very difficult day because, of course, Crystal is no longer with us in physical form. So there were times during the day that it was very hard to. We didn't really not talk about it. It wasn't like there was an elephant in the room and nobody was talking. It was more about, here we got a nice big boat going by. I don't know if you can see that dog hanging out the front there. He's got a good spot. Mona Bee. Looks like they're going upriver a bit. A nice boat. So, anyways, it was a little difficult on Sunday, and then it's a little rough when those dates come by because then it was Crystal's birthday yesterday. So we did have a little something with family and a little ice cream cake because, of course, ice cream cake was always the cake she had to have for her birthday because she had a summer birthday. So we went with that, and we had a little something, and we all shared a little something about her yesterday. And by the time we were done, it was not only dark o'clock, but I was a little tired. So although I did not get on Facebook, I did post some of those pictures yesterday of her, and the one that I really like. Well, I like them all, I guess I should say. The one I really liked as my homepage right now is the one where she's playing basketball. She was a great athlete, and she loved to play every sport. You pick a sport, she liked to play it. I was kind of like that myself. Softball was my thing, but she liked them all. She played field hockey. She was a goalie. She did basketball, soccer, all those kinds of things. Anyways, so yesterday was, not the easiest day. She would have been 38. And it's just too young for someone to go, It just really is. But you know what? I know that she was around, and I know that her spirit lives on, and I know that I will see her again. It is hard to miss someone in the physical, and yet there's the whole sweet spot of her daughter. So her daughter is a spitting image of her. She's a total mini-me of Crystal, and she acts like her, she talks like her, she walks like her. It's like raising, hey Linda, it's like raising Crystal all over again, which is quite interesting to say the least. And anyways, just makes you think about how important it is to be kind to people when they're here in the physical. Love them no matter what. And I'm gonna get choked up. It's sometimes really hard to love somebody who's hurting themselves or hurting the others, and they're not in their right mind, and that either drugs or alcohol or some other things are causing them to not be the person that they are meant to be. Because I know her heart, and I knew her heart, and she was a really gentle, soft person inside, and she cared about everybody. She was helpful to a fault. She would give you the shirt off her back if she thought it was going to help you, and that was always Crystal. She was always there helping others, and she could not help herself. Not out of this one. I really always thought that she would pull it together at some point. but I guess that wasn't meant to be. So it's really, really hard. And thank you, Karen. Thank you, Kirsten. It's hard. It's hard on my kids, my other 2 kids. I'm not sure how her daughter is. She's a very happy-go-lucky kid. And we just want to keep Crystal's memory alive in her and do that to the best of our ability. Thank God she has a really great dad. He's a wonderful, wonderful person and a wonderful father to that little girl. So I'm truly blessed on so many levels. So, it's important to love people while they're here. Whatever your interactions with them are, try to be loving. And it's hard because you get really burnt out when you're dealing with people with addictions and other issues, anything like that. It's difficult to take good care of yourself in that process, but you have to do that, and I did. I can't say I don't have any regrets, but I have very few when it came to our relationship, her and I. So, thanks, Mary. I know that anybody who's dealing with those issues, try to get some support. 12-step programs are incredibly wonderful. They offer more support than most people realize. Grief groups are wonderful to go to. That's where I went on Tuesday night. So some people, it's church, and I belong to a church that I absolutely love, the people who are part of it, and they've been wonderful and supportive. And I've been very fortunate that I have wonderful, wonderful friends. Some of them I can't see in person because of the COVID, either for whatever their reasons are. They're not ready for that kind of interactions, and that's okay. But I have plenty of people who can and are and do see me in person and can give a hug. But I have a lot of family that also does that. So I'm truly blessed in so many ways. And I hope you are too. If you look around, there's probably a lot of people that would, so to speak, give you the shirt off their back. And if you don't have them, go be one to somebody and it will come back to you. Karma really is that. Be what you're looking for. Be the kind person. Be the helpful person. Be the friend. It's just very, very hard. And, but it can be done. It can be done. And, I have a strong faith in God, and that does carry me through a big, big way. And I knew from the time I was young that God would never give me more than I could handle. And I never thought I could handle this, but I obviously can, and I have. And, oh, I'm sorry, Mary. It really is hard. Yep. And the most support you can get, go for it, is whatever you need. Even therapists. There's a lot of good therapists that really get it nowadays. It isn't just laying on a couch and spilling your guts, There's actually real work that can be done. And a lot of healing can be done in so many ways. So that's my thought for the night. The sun is actually, I saw it a little bit ago. It was peeking through the clouds. I don't think we can see it right now anymore. And no, it's a goner. It's way, way over there near Middletown area. So hang in there, guys. It's always going to be okay. It really, really is. And I remember this, the sun is always shining. So I try to be optimistic in every way all the time. So love you guys all. I'll see you on the next go round. Thanks for the love. Appreciate it very, very much. Bye for now.